Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Redefining Widowhood by Carmen Andrea Harris. I'm a certified grief counselor and life coach, and also the founder of Redefining Widowhood. And I help high achieving women to create a pathway for healing, restoration, and joy after experiencing loss. You can learn more about me, my services, and my products via redefiningwidowhood.com. So, in today's broadcast, we're going to be talking about the Christmas blessing that my children and I received directly after my husband's death. So, if you've been following along with the channel, with my videos, and with my recent broadcasts, you know that I shared a story of how when my late husband died, all I had was the $500 that I collected in his belongings from the hospital. And someone, it was about 2 days after he had died, someone blessed me with $1,700 that they had collected. I shared that, I think, about 3 broadcasts back. And I also talked about how I had plenty more testimonies and stories of how the goodness of God showed up in my life in the midst of my grief. So, this is another one of those stories. So, as I said, when my late husband died, all I had was the $500 that I found in his belongings when I collected them from the hospital. I was not working at the time. He was the only one working, and finances were just very, very low. So he died 9 days before Christmas. He had put up the Christmas tree with our daughters, and he died without seeing Christmas with them again, without taking the Christmas tree down. So because of the financial situation that we were in, and my mom, she typically blesses my children with Christmas. However, that year when my husband died, it was just crazy because she had to come. Well, she didn't have to, but she decided to come and be with us. So she didn't like ship the girls gifts like she normally does every year. And I typically don't buy Christmas gifts. Like, even when I did have a career, a full-time job, in my mind, like, I was never a big celebrator of holidays because of just my own personal beliefs, not necessarily religious beliefs, but just like I look at a lot of holidays as like they're made up and it's just made to make people feel like they have to spend unnecessary money. So even when I did have my teaching career, I remember when we only had our oldest daughter at the time, and she was, I don't even think she was 1 yet, or she may have been, I don't know. She when she was able to kind of play with toys and stuff. So it wasn't her first Christmas, but her second Christmas where she was a little over a year old. And I remember like the gifts that I did get her, they were like ABC books and just educational things, because in my mind I was like, I don't even want to raise my children to feel like they have to get a bunch of gifts for Christmas. And I just didn't want to raise them like that, because my mom, she did the most during Christmas time, and the most meaning like working a full-time job, working a part-time job, trying to just get all these gifts for my brother and I just knew that I didn't want to raise my children like that, regardless of my financial situation, because of my beliefs about the holiday and just spending unnecessary money. So, all of that being said, I typically don't buy gifts for my children because of my beliefs, and also knowing that, okay, my mom is going to go overboard because she's always gone overboard for my children and for my brother's children. So, all that being said, I had no intentions of buying my children any Christmas gifts. My husband and the girls had put up the Christmas tree, and then he died 9 days before. So my mom rushed up to be with me and the girls, and Christmas was quickly approaching. The tree was up, and I just knew in my mind, like, okay, they're not going to have any gifts. And I didn't really feel a way about it, but then I did, because I knew that it was a significant Christmas. It was their first Christmas without their father. And it was such a fresh loss because it literally was 9 days after he died. Again, I didn't solicit anything, just like I never solicited the money that my former coworker and sister in Christ gave me. She didn't know my financial situation. It was the same thing with the gift. So this was around the time where I was still on Facebook heavily, and I had different communities that I was a part of because I was an internet marketer and a social media marketer on Facebook. And I was in a lot of business opportunities, not a lot, but I was in quite a few business opportunities with the same group of people. So they knew me from Facebook, they knew me from the business opportunities, and they knew my character and my integrity, and they knew that I was a good person. And it was just an outpouring of love, and people sending their condolences and things of that nature. And one particular community that I was a part of, where we earned money on the internet, one of them, she got like everybody in the community together, like everybody who was on the same team, and she literally instructed me to have my girls create an Amazon wish, literally had me create and have my girls create an Amazon wish list for what they wanted for Christmas. And the girls literally, like, they were telling me what to put on the list because they were really young at the time, but they knew how to, tell me what they wanted from Amazon. So they put all this stuff on the list, and I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna get all of this, but you can put it on there. And that same community, led by, as a matter of fact, she ended up being my YouTube coach right after my husband died, when I was trying to find my way and figure it out. But she instructed everybody in the community who was on this particular team that I was a part of to actually donate to her, and they ended up purchasing every single item on the Amazon wish list that my girls had gotten together for Christmas. So that was our Christmas blessing right after my husband died. Like, literally, they got everything that they put on the list. And it was just so special and so touching to me, because typically I would not have been thinking about any Christmas gifts, but because it was the first Christmas without their father, and because it was just 9 days after he had died, it was very sentimental and touching to me that they were able to be blessed. And just, this is people that, I had worked with them in different opportunities online, but we had never met in person. So they never met me in person. And it just made me think about the power of the internet, and the power of community, and the power of just being yourself, and allowing people to be able to see your integrity and your character, because that will carry you in situations where you know you just you all you have is your integrity and your character. So that was a huge blessing for us. Just my daughters being able to be blessed after everything had happened. And yeah, so I just wanted to reflect on that story and share that story with you all. And I love sharing stories because I feel like it's a way that you can connect with people. It's a way that we show our humanity. And it's also a way that I use to just be real and honest and authentic, and also in hopes of encouraging someone on their journey, wherever they may be at on their journey. So I pray that wherever you're at, I know, we're approaching the Christmas time, the holiday season, whatever you may celebrate. And I know that this is a tough time of year. And some of you are approaching your first holiday without your husband, your first holiday without certain loved ones. And I just wanted to share this story to encourage you, and to just, be authentic and organic about my walk. Like, we lost everything when my husband died, but God showed up and showed himself faithful. And I have to reflect on these times as well, when I'm going through a season where it seems like, okay, God, you're not showing up the way that you did in seasons past. I'm not really hearing you. I'm not really sure what direction you want me to go in. I have a need, and it seems like, no matter how hard I'm trying, that it's just not coming fast enough. So I also share these stories to remind myself of the goodness of God when I just feel like I'm at a a crossroads, or just at a standstill. So I pray that this story encouraged you. I pray that it has given you some type of hope wherever you are on this journey. And I will talk to you all on the next video.